guys, Aileen here. I wanted to make a different kind of video today. I wanted to start featuring different companies that you can go to and purchase without wondering whether or not they're clean. If you are starting to want to eat clean, this is a really awesome way to not overwhelm yourself. And the first brand I want to tell you guys about is Kerrygold. This is some of their butter. This is the salted butter from Irish grass-fed cows. They also have some amazing cheeses. I've only tried 3 of them, but they have a few more. And then they also have powdered milk and casein. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know if those 2 items are available in the US, but I know their cheese and their butter are. And there is actually a million different places you can find their cheese and butter, including Walmart and Costco. So if you live in one of those places where there are no real good health food stores, like I do, this is a great brand to be a staple in your fridge. I wanted to give you just a little bit of information about the company themselves. And let's see, I do have some information written down. Hold on one second. All right, I have like a bunch of pages, but the basics are on this page. So it was created in 1962, and Kerrygold is not a place where you can go and check out their stuff. What it is a subsidiary, or it's a brand underneath another company called Orna. I think I'm saying that right. Something like that. If it's not Orna, it's very close. And what they do is they have a collection of Irish farmers, Irish dairy farmers, and they have specifications that have to be met for these dairy farmers to be included in Orna's, what's the word? Let's see. It's like a collective. Yeah. They also have 3 other brands underneath the Orna umbrella that are similar to Kerrygold, but not the same, a little bit different. One of them is like a milk powder protein drink geared towards children. Another one just has cheeses, and I don't remember what the other one has. But today we're focusing on Kerrygold. Another thing I want to focus on for Kerrygold is that their products are made from grass-fed cows, and that is really important. Anytime we consume an animal product and that animal is not on the species specified diet, there are a lot of really bad extra things that have to go into those animals. So let's say that we're looking at a generic dairy farm here in the US, where regulations are not what they should be, and these cows are fed grain and corn, primarily 100% of their diet. Their bodies are not meant to digest those foods. So in order to get them to digest those foods, they have to put extra hormones and antibiotics and extra chemicals into the cows for their bodies to be able to process those foods. And then when we take the products out of the animal, the milk, and we make butter and cheese and a number of other consumables with those products, those extra chemicals get passed on to us. So grass-fed cows And a lot of times you'll see text written on them as well that say no added growth hormones. I don't know if they have that text on here, but another good thing about Kerrygold is because they're Irish farms, they have much stricter guidelines on what they're allowed to do. Because if you follow any kind of food politics, you know that the US is the loosest with what it allows to go in our consumables. So Kerrygold has been sued twice. The first time was because they specify grass-fed, but they don't say anywhere on here that 10% of the diet of their cows are supplemented with grains. And 10% is not a lot. Just think about it. If you are a dairy farm, there are probably things that come up, inclement weather, and I have no idea what else because I'm not a dairy farmer, where you are actually not able to put your cows out to pasture that day. And then what are you going to do? Just not let them eat? So you've got to be able to supplement their diet somehow. 10% is a really, really small number. And then again, remember, this is Ireland. So they're not going to have the ridiculously bad quality grains that, say, American cows get. So that lawsuit was dismissed because it doesn't say 100% grass-fed. It just says grass-fed, and 10% supplemented with grains is an allowable amount to still be written and advertised as grass-fed. The second lawsuit was actually pretty recent. I think it was 2023. And it had to do with forever chemicals and PSAs, something like that, found in the foil of the packaging. So nothing to do with the product itself, but this is a foil that is meant to be a grease barrier, because anytime you have dairy, there's condensation and grease that adds up, that accumulates in the product, and the package is specifically made to be a barrier for that. And what they did was they settled for that lawsuit, and they pulled all of their products off the shelves, repackaged, and then reintroduced them back to the US. There are stricter laws in certain states, and with the stricter states, they've met those qualifications, and then with the leaner states, they've met those qualifications. So whatever was found in the package that was against regulations has been corrected. So anybody that says, oh, I'm not a fan of Kerrygold because they've been sued, they've not been paying attention, because there's not a single company out there that has not been sued. This country in particular, America, is sue happy. Everybody gets sued, especially if you're successful. Somebody sees dollar signs and says, I want a piece of what they got, I'm going to sue them. So the thing you should be looking at is how the lawsuits were handled, what the outcomes were, and the reason for the lawsuits. So that is why I brought them up for you, because I know there's a lot of misinformation out there about Kerrygold not being a good brand because they've been sued, which couldn't be any further from the truth. So with that being said, I use Kerrygold for all of my cooking. I absolutely love their Dubliner cheese. It is my favorite snacking cheese. It's also a really good one for cooking with. And I've also tried their Reserve and their Cheddar. Those are also really good. There's a couple other. They also have an Emmental, which I don't know what that means, a Regato, and a Cashel Blue. I've not tried any of those. My selection as far as cheeses go is very limited, but I can tell you I am such a fan of Kerrygold, and if you see them in the stores, you will notice they are just a little bit more expensive than your run-of-the-mill cheeses or butters. However, the trade-off is that you are going to get much higher quality product. So that's it. I hope this was educational for you. I hope that next time you see Kerrygold butter or cheese in your grocery store, you go ahead and give them a try. Just a note, if you are going to a grocery store like Walmart, you're not going to find Kerrygold cheese with all of the cheeses. You're going to have to go to the deli area with the fancy cheeses, and that's where you'll find them. Like I said, I would absolutely recommend the Dubliner. It has a really light and nutty taste, but they also have a cheddar and a reserve that are really good as well. So, hope that helped in your eating clean journey, and I will be back to feature other companies in the near future. All right, thanks.